Like most people who bully are bullied. Most people who bully were bullied.
Have something going on.
Have something going on.
They got something going on. I ain't say they was bullied because I don't know if you was bullied because right now you bullying all of us. So.
Right. I've only seen really two bullies: the ones that have gotten bullied and people who are high on popularity.
Yes.
Pride. Pride and ego. Pride and ego.
Yeah. I will be honest, right? I had to think about how I'm gonna say it. Plus, I had to burp. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, right? From my experience, I will teach my children how to fight. They will know how to throw a punch, and I will tell them, fight with your words first. Always, like, if you can de-escalate this and you can remove yourself from the situation, and you can tell them. You say, hey, I will literally snitch you out. I'm going to the teacher. I will tell the principal. I'm gonna tell my parents. I'm telling everybody this is what you're doing, and if it doesn't stop, catch me outside. I do not want, this is not a threat. I'm not trying to fight you. I want it to stop. But I'm letting you know. I'm throwing hands.
Yeah. Like, my mama always said that. She like, it's not a threat. It's not a threat. I don't threaten. I promise.
I'm telling you what's about to happen.
Because here's the thing. I did nothing to you. And this is what you... I promise you.
And I'm not just going to let you
get away with this.
Because... Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Do it. I'm not gonna forget what I'm gonna say. So
I was gonna say I was agreeing with you. Like I would teach my kids how to fight and at least tell somebody. So when you fly off the handle, it ain't no she just did it or he never. No. My kid told you didn't listen. So now my kid did what they had to do, and now you got to handle my.
One thing I'm gonna do that I seen my mom do was my mom would, as something happened, because when I got bullied, I was a very go-lucky, giddy kid, and I hid under my bed one day, and she was like, "Oh, we're not doing this." Okay. And so what she did was she was like, "Go and find 3 of the adults that you can, or whatever adults you can report to them." I would come back with either a note from them or the remembered list of the adults I told. So there would be adults by name that my mom would know that I had brung this topic up to. So you can't tell. There's no in between.
Yeah.
She's like, now go back to school. Don't fight. Let me know if it keeps happening. Did it happen? And then I got permission. Like that's like almost like a 3-step thing. After that person swings on you. You have my permission.
Now, the one thing I hear
mama
about
was nice. She slow rolled it. My mom was like, nah.
My mom was.
I promise you,
my mom was very.
All of that. Her and my brother.
She tried. No, my mom was
in
like,
my family, there was a lot of exposure of like us we were the good family in comparison, theoretically. So like all my other family was like. Some of my cousins was claiming the family gang and all this stuff. Like they were doing way crazier stuff. So she really didn't want me being that black kid fighting. Like she didn't want that narrative for me. But she was like, "You're not going to be a punk either."
I don't want it either, right?
I don't want it either. So but then
you're going to do everything right first. So by the time you do swing,
because listen,
there's no.
I don't want to be that person either. I don't want to be this person. I don't want to be the person that known for doing this.
Right.
But however, square up, because who you thought was gonna talk to me like that?
But hear me out. Think about
how my brother and my mom would say, "Oh, they keep hitting you and you're not hitting back. You're coming home crying. Oh, okay. Next time you come home crying because somebody hit you, you didn't hit it back. I'm gonna hit you." Yo, that was the biggest motivator. Like, okay, what's
my grandmother always said, "Don't stay hit.
Don't stay getting hit.
Don't stay hit. No, don't stay hit."
No, my grandma just prayed, and my mom looking at her like, "That's nice. Pray for her. You better do what I said do, or you gonna get it."
There's a couple things, right? So think about what we just talked about, though, right? So teaching your child how to have the strength not to let that hurt them, right? That's leaps and bounds, right? They're a child, right? 8 years old, give or take. You got to start though. You got to start with that. All right, now let's say
when they start talking, start pouring that into
right, yeah.
Some start young,
4, 5, right? So leaps and bounds, but you want to start that. Now, let's say they get to the age where this is actually happening and they can articulate this to you well enough to be like, hey, this person said stuff. It's not making me feel good. I don't know what to do. Okay, guess what? Leaps and bounds. You went over several mountains if your child can come to you as a parent and tell you, today, so-and-so said something and it made me sad. They're telling you they're being bullied. That's leaps and bounds. That doesn't necessarily happen much, right? So you're already on the right track as a parent.
Right, because they trust you.
Now let's say the next step in my story in this is, okay, let me show you how to throw a jab. And you want to make sure you aim right around here. Okay, I'm make daddy proud, okay?
Oh my God.
If you need to.
You know what I'm saying, right? I'm laying the foundation, so hear me out. The words shouldn't affect you, but if they are, okay. Learn how to clap back. Have some fun with it, right? You're going to be a kid. Learn how to use your words, though, right? De-escalate it, walk away, right? If they ain't letting you walk away, and you really have to defend yourself. I'm from the age group where if you threw a punch back, that's most of the time. That's all it took. They just left you alone because now you're not an easy mark. Like
But that's not happening nowadays.
Yes. So hear me out. Nowadays, that's not what's happening, right? But this is the thing. This is where this is where it gets really interesting, right? So hear me out. As a parent, though, like you said, your child should have told you, right? But today, everybody got smartphones. Kids too young having smartphones. So you immediately shoot me a text. But let's just say for whatever reason, the chain of command would have been the teacher, the counselor, the principal, vice principal, whatever. 3 other people who actually can make that a reality, that make this a change. Right. Even if it's the police, whatever, janitor, whoever. Somebody. Really, the lunch lady would be more of a person I think would have done something about it than your teacher would. But tell somebody, right? Tell them, and then when you get home, tell me. And I like the idea of write down who you spoke to. And tell them, write something down for my parents. So because my parents told me, my father, my mother, whatever, they told me if I tell you this, they want something from you to make sure that you heard it, and I want something done. Or you're gonna go say, okay, because I want to read that paper and it says your son came to me, said blah blah blah. Your daughter came to me, said blah blah blah, and I'm going to tell so and so. I'm reporting this to so-and-so. My child will understand that that's what I'm looking for. Right?
You know what, though? The other superpower is, and I think this is ammo for teachers and ammo for the adult at the school to do something about it, because you want to handle this. You want to do something about it because you don't want my mother to have to do something about it. Exactly. That's the ammo. Because, and that's literally, and you put it in context and put it in terms, like, you want to be my front line of defense. You want to be the first person. Because if my mother has to be any of my line of defense,
it's not going to be pretty.
It's not going to be pretty. And actually,
this whole school will have a problem.
Actually, I want to tack on to that on the aspect, if we're actually doing our job here, this should be a great opportunity for you to show me that you have a process in play that protects my child while they're here focused on their academics. If this is not a child being rowdy causing issues, this is the child you want in class. This is the child that is coming to you as the counselor.
He's the example.
You have a security guard for a reason. Like you have all of these avenues to communicate and that you say that you have in place for the mental health and
trust
the ability for my child. But my child should be able to rely on your process just as like I should be able to rely on the process of my work at the open door policy, like I should be able to rely on the processes of government buildings and all that stuff. Now, if the process fails my child, now dad's got to do something about it.
Let me tell you something.
And if I'm doing something about it,
now you gonna see me at the school.
Let me tell you something.
Every single teacher on that list, and we're gonna be eye to eye.
Look, sitting there like.
No, sitting outside the school with your Vaseline on.
I'm dead. Taking your high heels off. But
let me know when your mama come pick you up.
Look, sit here. Look, my sweatpants on and everything. Just sitting here like, what's
Where's
up?
little Jeffrey?
Hey.
You say he played basketball after school?
Where's Jeffrey mama at?
Let me
tell Jeffrey. Look at like you, Jeffrey. You Jeffrey.
Oh my
Call
God.
your mama.
Let me tell you something. Think about what I'm also saying too, right? I'm gonna keep saying that because we're getting there, right? If you let's say you started them young, you went through leaps and bounds, all this stuff, right? Now we're at the point where your child told 3 people, You let's say best case scenario, they wrote it down, they gave it to you. They did your child did the best that they right. They went through the system. Hear me out. Let's talk about what that does teach your child. Think about the lessons that could be learned from this. There's two. This can go either two ways.
That they're learning.
Right. This goes two ways. Either he did the process, right? He told the people that could do something about it, and they do something about it. That teaches your child, trust the process. Trust the people that are there to help you. I doubt that might happen nowadays, but but if it does, okay.
Right.
Your child just learned a very powerful lesson. You as a parent, you got two other avenues you can go. You can say, listen, there are systems in place in our society that work. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
I'm going to teach this just in case they don't.
But
you go.
You understand that you have to find that system, and sometimes you just are forced to navigate within that.
Yep.
You need to do that.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't always start and end with, let me just throw this punch. Yeah. No, there's a process. Try that. Or they start that process and it goes nowhere.
Yep.
So what do you teach your child after that point? You say, okay, listen, there is a system. It absolutely sucks here. Now, you as a parent, you got options, right? You can pull your child from that school. You can say, hey, I'm gonna go there, and you can tell the counselor, my child is going over to this teacher. Move them. You as a parent need to be a parent and think about all the different avenues that you need to explore to protect your child, because clearly this institution isn't. Now, it might go back over here the moment you go to that school and you say, pull my child from this classroom and throw him over there. Now they see you as an active parent, and now that school is going to be like, oh, I can't treat this child like this. That sometimes is the case. I don't know. I'm just saying I've seen some things.
I think that you should view an active parent as it's twofold. Some schools view active parents as a threat.
Yep.
And if I'm being honest, if I got to be a threat,
My child
since my child is being threatened, if I have to be a threat, let me be one. Because I'm gonna know that I'm going to do whatever
is necessary.
By any means necessary, my child will be safe. My child will get an education. My child will have a good head on their shoulder. My child will not be bullied. My child will, because here's the thing, by any means necessary, I don't think you want to know what that means. So,
the means are really any. It's very variable.
Look, my child is right now the nice, calm one. It's the mama you got to worry about.
Yeah.
You can call me a belligerent parent all you want.
This is what I was saying. This is what I was saying, right? And this was
parent belligerent.
Back to you said something like maybe about 10 minutes ago, but you were saying how the good kid in the class, the parent, the teacher wants that kid in the class, right? But and this goes back to what we were saying. The teachers know. They know their kids. They know, even if you don't think they're paying attention to them. My grandmother was an educator for I don't know how many years.
They know.
My aunts were educators. They were educators for several years.
Some of them will call out what the child gonna be before the child become it.
Yes. And now
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Because that's
little Tony.
That's another add-on to
leave him alone.
The power of the tongue.
That's another add-on to the power of your tongue, though, because you could be speaking that over that child. Now the child becomes that. They could have not been if you didn't say that.
That's true.
And but again, just like how we said about the parents, where a parent might say a child is this, and the child be like, no, and prove them wrong. It also had, like you said, what she said, it's power of the tongue. The child can become that, or the child can look be like, what? And then come back later on in life like, hey, Mr. Bill, whatever what you do? I own this, and this. Like, you used to be bad in my class.
Well, hold on, right? Like, literally just a clip of what you just said. Like, I was watching an interview with Ty Tribbett, and he was interviewing with another YouTuber, one of my favorite YouTubers. But the YouTuber interviewed him, and he was talking about his teacher. One of his teachers, his music teacher, he was in a band or music class or whatever like that, and they told him that if he didn't know how to read music, he will never be successful.
Oh, yeah.
He will never work a day in his life in music or never be successful in music. And now he's Ty Tribbett.
Does he know how to read music now, though?
I don't know.
No, my God.
That's not the point. The point is, you just told him that he would never do this. He would never be something, and
now look at
he's
him.
over and exceeded the expectation.
Right. Because
So,
as
go
humans,
back to
we
your high
are
school, like,
literally
look at these Grammys.
we literally defy
Her.
our entire existence is around like defying the predetermined fate, if that's what you want to call it. We are life changers. Like we literally have the ability to change our own lives so drastically, and every individual has the capacity to do and bring out the most of themselves. So I actually like stories like that. I like it when like the person's like, "Nah, you're nothing but trash," and they're like, "All right, cool, but I glitter like gold," and then make something of their life. I think that is amazing.
I think
know?
to have that's like drive. To have that
that hater,
that mentality, that's like
Powerade.
you gonna say I'm gonna do
said
this
Haterade
and be
every
like bet. You know, like you ain't gonna do this, you ain't gonna do it, and then be like bet. Because if a person just look at you and say bet,
That is scary.
Me, I like it when
just
people.
know they finna
I
conquer
like
the
it when
world.
people look down on me. I use it as a great opportunity because I'd be like, "Are you confident in it, though?" Like, and I want to see, are you confident in it? And I make deals. I make deals like I'm Rumpelstiltskin because I'd be over there like, "Okay, cool. So if I do get this, you know what I'm saying? This is what I want you to do." And now it becomes like a whole goal-oriented motivation. It'd be fun. I've gotten so many things that way.
Hear me out. And then we can close this one off.
Yeah, we've been going.
I'm just saying, right? What sounds more of a threat to a school, right? If a 9-year-old came to, let's say, the teacher and said, "So this kid over here said something and has been messing with me, and my parents told me that I need to tell you, and they would like a letter, and they would like in that letter for you to write down who else you're going to tell and possibly an action plan if they can somehow remember all of that." But let's say they're able to get some, let's just say the adult in that situation understands that,
You
right?
just need a signature and
Right. So let's just say, and then the child says, and by the way, and you teach your child before you get the paper from the adult, but when you take 2 steps, you turn around and you say, "By the way, if nothing happens, I'm allowed to throw hands." What do you think the school's gonna do? What do you think? What do you think the school's gonna do? If you don't do your job, I'm not gonna do your job for you.
No, hold on.
do your job for
Hold up. All the teachers, this gonna be posted, right? So teachers, please comment. What y'all doing if a kid say that? Principals, what you doing if a kid say that? Because I need to know.
I'm
Because
practicing.
I'm finna tell my child that.
You know what? Here's the thing.
2 steps to turn around. I'm telling you.
No.
2 steps pivot. 2 steps pivot.
Okay, they probably gonna tell their child this. I'm still gonna do, because over here we like the act of secrecy a little bit.
And not
So
you
just-
trying to
so
surprise
just-
the school.
Well, no, it's a promise.
No, it's a promise, but I'm not
wanna
gonna tell
make promises.
I'm not gonna tell my child to tell anybody what they really finna do. So if you finna hit this person, don't tell them. Just sit there. Let
It's
the elders
two-sided
watch.
though, because never let them know your next move. I get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna sit there like tell a teacher, have them write out that little write out, but I'm not gonna tell you to tell them, or I can just throw hands on them. No, just let them know my mom wants this time. They do it or they don't do it. Okay, let me know. But I'm telling you, we have let X number of people know what's going on, and nothing is being done. This person's still bullying you. Handle your business.
Do what you gotta do.
Do what you gotta do. But like I said, don't just go around boasting, telling, "Oh, I'm finna fight this person." No,
Yeah, no. Don't become the problem while you're trying to solve the problem.
Exactly, because then
But-
they're looking for it.
But bet.
But then also, I got a exit question when y'all said that. When it comes to bullying, where do you find a thin line of, or how do you? Crap, I don't know.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Breathe.
I think you got it. Just keep going.
Like, when people say bullying, what do you consider? Okay, that's right. What do you consider bullying? What do you consider kids being kids doing little teasing stuff? And we can pick this up later.
Well, teasing is bullying. Teasing. Now, granted, all of these things can build character because crisis builds character. However, the learned behavior is what you're gonna do after this? What are you going to do when you are pushed to this line? What are you going to do when this happens to you? Are you going to defend yourself? Whether that be verbally, whether that be physically, whether that be, or are you going to create an action plan? You're going to tell your teachers, you're going to tell this, you're going to do this. What are you going to do when you're being pushed to this line? So you said teasing, kids being kids. I don't believe kids being kids is what? What does that mean?
That's the equivalent of people saying boys are going to be boys.
No,
or
I'm
girls
not.
are going to be girls.
No, because I would say they in line with that. But when I'm saying kids.
Kids are messy.
Yeah,
in every aspect of the word.
They're messy.
I understand that.
They say mean things, and it's up to the adult to say, "Hey, that's mean. Stop." It continues to happen. Okay, maybe we're teaming on the line of bullying, but where do that? Because like you say, everybody, human nature. People are going to talk mess. They're going to be messy. That's in human nature.
They're going to point out things about you. Right.
Yes. So also what I was saying, when you're saying your kids getting bullied, at one point did you say, okay, let that roll off? Mm-hmm. Because now if one kid just sit there saying, you're stupid, just one time. Like they got mad at their friend and
would go back and be like, oh, they're saying I'm stupid. Right? Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, now you got 100 kids coming up to you a day saying, they said this, they said that, they said my shoes are untied. And it's like, what? Right. You're like, bro, your shoe is untied.
You're gonna be like, stop being soft.
What were you gonna say? Stop being soft. Be a man, boy.
Be a man, boy. Oh my God.
Your pocket fell.
Can we leave?
Be a man, boy.
Can we leave Be a Man Boy in season 1, please? I just looked up the definition of bullying. The definition of bullying is the repetitive, so that answers that question. Mm-hmm. Repetitive, intentional hurting of one person or group by another person or group, where the relationship involves an imbalance of power. So it's pretty much if you feel inferior.
Hold on.
If you are made to feel what?
Less than.
Can I read that real quick?
Yeah, I read it wrong.
Hold on. No. A repetitive, intentional hurting of one person or group of any other person or group. So if AI chatbot wants to roast you,
oh my God,
this is actually bullying because it's not a person. I'm serious.
Oh my God.
They got roast simulators now.
They do.
So I'm just saying, if the thing wants to roast you, is it bullying? Because it's not a person.
Like Kendrick Lamar and Drake got beef right now, and there's been so many AI songs coming out.
Let's clear the air on that.
That's season 4. Leave it alone.
Yeah. Let's clear the air on that.
No, when I was hearing y'all talk, I was just like,
that was a valid question.
Yeah, like at one point,
draw the line?
Yeah, because.
There's a lot of lines to be drawn. You can't really, to be honest with you, I don't think you can really draw a line with a child in that kind of situation, because
even if you did, they'd
children are honest, right? Like a kid. I love watching those videos where
not all kids are honest.
No, but hear me out. I love watching those videos where the mom has her toddler, which when I mean love, I'm being sarcastic, but when the mom's wearing a dress and she goes, "Hey, baby, I look fat in this dress," and the little kid's like, "Yeah, you look fat." They're honest. Is he bullying her? No.
But wait a minute. According to some people, yeah, he is.
Yeah.
It's like, no, he's not. He's being honest. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but no. He's not bullying. According to the definition I just read, he's not bullying her, because how does that little kid make that
have more power than the parent?
Listen,
you know
our kids will know that it's bullying, and they're doing it to be funny, which means they're bullying.
I'm like, oh my God, Mom, you're so beautiful. I just see a little bit of the
Are you trying to be like that?
And I would sit there and be like, nowhere, get your damn kid. get your kid, bro.
Kids come over my house and they be like, too much candy. I'm like,
even though the definition of bullying, that's not really what people say bullying. It's just like, if anybody at this point now, they just running with the bullying. That's what I'm saying. Where does the line being drawn?
Yeah, there is a lot of adults that are like, everything that I don't like to hear is bullying
me. Yeah. You're bullying me by telling me
every time you say no is bullying.
But we're talking about with kids now, and we know how the kid mind works. So still, I sit here and say, where because again, like I said, you're gonna start having kids coming. Oh, they said this.
Right.
Oh, they said that. You're coming up to me 5 times a day because this person says every time they say something, you coming up to me 5 times a day.
Right.
At some point,
Every little thing that little Timmy or Tony or Tanya says is bothering me.
Timmy, Tony, Tanya.
And then it's like I said, at some point you're gonna be sitting here like, okay, you don't
Just
have
relax.
let that roll off.
That's a great. And now that I think about it, it is really a great question. What's the line?
Where is it?
Where is the line of this is
to me,
bullying?
it comes
or,
down to 2 things: the severity of what's being said, and the frequency. I do think matters. It's one thing to be like, make fun of kids' shoes or something like that, and whatever. But you can't get in a fight over every time somebody don't like your shoes. That's not realistic.
You can get in a fight every time somebody say
Right, that they
You're
don't
ugly.
like
You
your
got a big
haircut, or
forehead.
they're like, however,
no.
if
like, okay.
in
Y'all are
the
hilarious.
case where, like, let's say you get dropped off, like I drop my kid off and I say I love them, and then the kids are like, your parents said you love you, because kids do that.
Because my child will probably turn around. Did your parent not say they loved you this morning?
Exactly.
And keep it pushing.
Love luster right
His
now.
clapbacks are dangerous.
Yeah,
Not even that. Just sit. They my kid.
These are crippling
walking.
clapbacks.
Look, my kid keep walking and say, "Well, at least my parent love me."
At least my dad's in the home. I know who my daddy is. I see him every day. At least I play baseball with him. We got a dog and a white picket fence. What about you? Oh, you live in an apartment?
Y'all kids go get contact from the teacher. Then you'll be like, hey, so we think your kid's bullying.
Is my kid bullying or is my kid acting on a bed?
My kid is taking pride in the
Listen.
that they've got.
Is his clapback so bad that it's considered bullying? Are you serious right now? I know he didn't start it. He was ending it. It was
And
two
then,
separate
like
things.
I said, some
Finish.
kids
My kid
are
is a problem solver. My kid is a problem solver. He's not the instigator. He's the problem solver.
My guy's got a problem. They solved it. We answered this question.
And my fault. He got
helped
all the
him out.
clapbacks in the school. He's selling them.
Ain't his fault his parents in the house.
Yeah.
He's a hustler.
Both his parents take him to school.
Bro, y'all get on my nerve.
My bad. Go
But
ahead.
no, like, and then we also got to take account that some kids are sensitive than others.
That's true.
So, like I said, again, when I keep saying, where does the line draw? Because, again, that kid that's sensitive would get hurt over something that's like,
That's true.
True.
Not him
That's so true.
crying over spilled milk. Be a man, boy.
And that's the thing. I feel like that's a great opportunity to take your child and then be like, all right, cool. Come on me.
I
This
see you
right
doing
here?
that.
As a parent.
This-
Yeah.
I actually do that. I've actually done that before. It works. You'd be
You do
surprised.
that with adults. You do that with, I was like, come on me.
Come over
but,
here.
but like, and then you explain to them like, hey, I know this is the end of your world right now. I get it. However, I'm gonna need you to understand that this, like you do know that I'm black, right? Like you do know that like you actually are brown colored. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, cool.
No.
Oh my god.
He's like,
So,
okay, cool.
did they talk about your brown color? No? Okay. They just didn't like your shoes. Okay. That's okay. People are not going to like your shoes. You know what? Somebody else who didn't tell you they didn't like your shoes doesn't like your shoes, and you don't know it yet.
Oh my God.
Don't even get me
It
started.
could be worse. More people could not like you than they telling you.
They telling you. It's okay. It's all right.
And
I got
so that-
Pop-Tarts. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. He's like, I got Pop-Tarts, let's go. So that, I ain't gonna say that brings up the conversation or whatever, but that should bring up awareness of just, instill in your children.
Right.
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody going to agree with you.
It's this feeling a little
3 hour-ish.
part 2-ish.
That's why I said when he said the power of the tongue, I was getting ready to ask. I don't know if I did.
Yeah, part 2's
If
gonna be
it could
what
be
is
multiple, like multiples, because you could do power of the tongue up, like you said, the relationship, childhood, workship.
So I think that
Yeah,
this is the
Part
one.
childhood. Okay, so this is part 1 of
Part 2 could be like
Oh my
bullying
God. This is
versus
part 1 of Power of the Tongue, kids version,
Yep,
children,
yep.
raising children version.
I trust Chet Chat GPT with the wording of this episode versus what you just said.
How you just
Anyway.
sit here
It's that time, man. It's that time. Man, we got a hot take, man. After every episode, we gotta have a hot take real quick. All right, what y'all think about this? It is up to the individual rather than the company to help solve the climate crisis.
Ooh.
Huh?
It is up to the individual, not the company, to help solve climate crisis.
Like,
I don't understand the question.
What do you mean? So it's up to you to solve climate change, not the companies that are causing it. Do you agree or disagree? That's the question.
I got a very specific take on this one.
I don't care.
Ooh, say that again. Camera wasn't on you when you had that. When you had the confidence to say that. Now that the camera's on, you say it again. She won't. Yeah.
I don't care about the question.
That's wild. She's sitting this one out. I don't care about that. Go ahead.
Thank you.
My two takes on it is I think we have a role we can play, which is if we have things that are contributing. So like kind of like how recycling works, we can contribute to the dumpsters and all that stuff. But there's definitely a bigger gap between the type of waste that's produced by a factory than the waste that's produced by a single home in suburbia.
Can I see the question?
So as far as climate change comes out, like pumping the amount of CO2 that we pump out of actual factory buildings and the industry that we have and stuff like that, yeah, our small little Nissans is not the equivalent to that. We can help out. We can definitely get some EVs, but no.
I agree with you. I misunderstood the question. So I thought that you were... Okay, that doesn't matter what I thought. I misunderstood the question. I agree with what you're saying. That it doesn't matter how we... Not that it doesn't matter, but I think that don't be a crap person and add on to what the companies are doing. Right. I think that do your part. You do your part in everything that matters. Like they say vote, right?
Do your part.
Now you got several thousand million trillion billion whatever people in your state, city, country,
Jesus.
Whatever.
A very packed city. I don't know about that.
You have
He's like, if I was in
people,
that city, I'd leave.
I'm out. What jobs exist?
You have several people in your surrounding, right? However, your vote still counts. If it's 25 to 26 and on the 26th it's like yes or no, that's the tiebreaker. You can throw it over with the 26, right? Your vote counts. So it's the same thing as like if you're gonna add to the, like you were saying, whether you're not gonna recycle or whatever, or what if it's your bottle cap that's in the ocean, or if it's your can ties or whatever the thing's called that gets caught around the fish neck or the turtle neck, that's you.
Right.
You
do your part.
Contributed to that. Right. So I'm sorry. I really misunderstood the question in the beginning.
It was such an easy.
Yeah, you didn't word it right way. You didn't read it right.
No.
It's New Wear fault.
Alizé don't even care.
You
She's
host,
just like,
not read.
What? What do you want?
She don't care about climate change. She don't think it's real. So.
Yes, I do.
Oh, well then.
I've seen it.
What's your opinion?
What's your opinion?
That I can't answer though. Because we can take like basically King Dad says we can do our part, and also some of these companies can do our part. Like, really are y'all that focused about money where you sit here not understand that it's gonna get to a point in time where you won't even be able to see or make that money?
Like my man about to get choked out by some chlorine, you know?
Not even that, just the way the way the climate is changing and stuff due to the climate change.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff that you're producing and stuff like that is now finna be ineffective. So now you still ain't finna make no money. Like I have an idea. I was watching Earth Day on Good Morning America.
Oh.
And I one of the things that one of the newscasters said she do, it had me sitting here thinking, are you two done playing with
I know, right?
I was only laughing because he only started doing it when I did it. It's literally
monkey
monkey
see,
see,
monkey
monkey do. Literally.
You racist. Y'all heard that. Chocolate Espresso podcast exclusive. I'm just saying.
Oh God.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, Alize. I respect your
the
time.
things you get on record.
I respect your time.
So, like I said, like it's things that we can do. It's also things that some of these companies could do. And if you stop thinking about your money and having your head up your rear end,
Yahoo.
It's cheaper to burn it than it is to actually recycle it.
Oh, you know what? I had that question. No, seriously, I asked my mom. I was like, for stuff that you can't give to the Salvation Army, so like used underwear that got holes in it, used socks that got holes in it. I was like, what would happen to the earth if I burn it instead of just throwing it away? And my mom was like, I don't know. And I'm like,
Well, now that's different, right? Like, so let's just say, okay, most people don't know this, that your tights that you wear is pretty much plastic. So if you burn it, that actually contributes to all of the gases in the air and
That's that
contributes
polyester.
because it's literally, it's flammable and it's toxic.
Most people don't realize that when you say you're burning something and it's contributing to the issues in the atmosphere, what do you think happens at landfills? You think they just bury the trash at every landfill 2 stories underground and it creates methane gas and then you can burn that instead? Most of them burn your trash. You realize that, right? Just being honest with you, I've been to the dump for unrelated reasons. If you ever see Toy Story and it had that huge claw, it's real. They gave you a pretty accurate depiction of what's happening at most dumps. If you have a big enough city where there's skyscrapers there, and in your downtown there's something called like a district energy or a centralized system where most of the buildings have, all the heating is coming from one company. It's not like the gas company. They're burning your trash. That's part of that source is coming from burning trash. I'm just
dang,
being
Wally.
honest with you. So when
Dang, Wally.
I'm just the consensus here. The consensus. Climate change. Companies need to do their part more than the individual. I'm bringing up a question.
Oh yeah.
You said yes.
No, companies need. I think it's a twofold thing. Both need to do their part, but yes, companies
Both do their
need
part.
to
Alize,
both do their part.
kick in a gear.
Des,
They both need to part. Company need to do it more because they make more.
company. All right, there you go. We got our consensus on our hot takes. So, all right, peace.